beaten world-class fighters. I think, who did he beat? He beat some high-level world-class boxers. And then, you know, he got like 36, 37, 38.
Hi there, welcome to Boxing Media Hub. So the monster Naoya Inoue has just stopped Yi Yoon Kim in the 4th round.
Inoue is not only pound for pound the best in the world. Inoue is the best fighter I've ever seen. Ever seen, no matter what weight category or anything. I have never, ever, in the almost 60 years I've been in boxing, seen anything like Inoue.
Joe Rogan has recently shared his admiration for Naoya Inoue, hailing him as one of the greatest fighters of all time. Known as the Monster, Inoue has captured the boxing world's attention with his remarkable combination of speed, power, and precision.
And still can crack, and still as fast as lightning.
Yeah, look, the power that he possesses, but it's not a thumping power, it's that explosive speed, that explosive power, the footwork he gets in position, and all of a sudden he's landed 3, 4, 5 shots and then he's angled off. A lot like I did in my fight against Lopez. You know, a lot of that, you know, sparring paid off and it did shape me. And I know he did put out a tweet as well saying that I hope the sparring we did, you know, helped you in this fight, and straight away.
That's amazing.
And I was so excited. Yeah, he's a legend of the sport.
He is a legend, and he's such an unusual guy. You know what's crazy about him is his calves.
Yeah,
when you look
massive.
At that, they're giant.
Rogan specifically praises Inoue's ability to deliver lightning-fast punches with explosive speed, creating devastating combinations that leave opponents overwhelmed. What sets Inoue apart is not just his raw power, but the surgical accuracy with which he lands punches, making him one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today.
Listen, before we get to
like the first 3.
We got to preview Haney and Garcia. We got some time left, but we got to get to this whole madness on this whole Naoya Inoue madness on Twitter. He said,
I
know a thing or two.
I ain't in this.
I know a thing or two about, you know, running into problems.
Man, I just listen for context. If you did, I don't know if they clipped it wrong or what. The question that was presented to me by Jim, do you think Inoue should come to the United States? Not, do you think he needs to come to the United States? If he said needs, I heard should. So let me go on record for saying that. But basically, what I was trying to convey to the audience is I think that this is exactly what I said. I think it depends on what Naoya Inoue wants. Does he want to be a star in boxing, or does he want to be a star in Japan? He's clearly a star in Japan. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on record for saying it. I wouldn't leave Japan. If I'm a star at home, why would I leave home?
Inoue's versatility and ability to adapt during fights are also key attributes that have earned him high praise. Rogan draws comparisons to legendary figures like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, citing Inoue's ability to read and adjust to his opponent's strategies. His dominance across multiple weight classes further cements his legacy, showcasing a rare quality in boxing. Maintaining the same level of power and technical skill.
When people talk about the best fighter in the world, Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, stuff like that, they don't bring up why is Inoue great? They don't watch him. His IQ, if you can just watch him without hating, without being like a nationalist, just like, yo, I'm American, forget everybody in Japan or anywhere else. If you can just be a boxing fan and look, the guy's IQ, he beat Fulton IQ-wise. He set him up. And that's cool, boy. Inoue's IQ, brother. He's different, bro. He made him that cloth of the very rare.
Even as he moves up in weight, his victory over Stephen Fulton is a prime example of his exceptional fight IQ, as Inoue kept Fulton on the defensive from start to finish, never allowing him to find a rhythm. Another area where Inoue excels is his ability to finish fights. Rogan describes him as one of the best finishers in boxing history, alongside names like Joe Louis and Mike Tyson. What makes Inoue's finishes so impressive is his methodical approach, landing punches that set up devastating knockouts.
Yeah. Right there, you're able to hit him. Hey, you got one more minute. Really hard to hit, Crawford.
I see Mike
Do you think the winner? Did you see the monster Inoue?
Yeah.
Do you think he's the best pound for pound, or the winner of this fight is the best fighter?
Japanese fighter is the best fighter.
Mike,
In my opinion, I'm nobody, but I think he's the best fighter.
Mike, the idea's been thrown out there for him to move up to 130 fight to fight Gervonta Davis down the line. Could you see that fight happening?
Yeah, listen, how much he wants to move? He's 122 now, right?
He's 122. He'd be going to 135.
Why don't they fight 132, something like that? Both of them. Yeah.
Hey, give him a TV break. Give him a TV break. Yeah, TV break, y'all. One TV break. Come on, man. Good to see you.
Right-handed against Spencer.
Keep switching.
If you're should fight way.
Hey, Mike, we got arguably. We got arguably. I'm cool.
His recent knockout of Nonito Donaire is just one example of how he can dissect an opponent's defense and close the show with brutal efficiency. Inoue's power isn't just about brute force. It's about setting up punches with precision and landing them at exactly the right moment.
You say the monster is multi-dimensional.
Yeah, of course.
But have you seen him legitimately be multi-dimensional?
Yeah.
From a standpoint of being able, obviously we know he can punch.
Yeah.
We've seen him get to the body. But
He's a box people
I
before.
really haven't seen him stay on the outside and counter punch.
Do you think that's what he's going to have to do against Fulton, though?
It's not the point. The point is you just call him the #1 fighter on the planet.
Pound for pound.
But you got to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
Who they fight? I mean, you can say that for Crawford. Who they fight?
And I've always said his torque is so impressive, the way he's able to kind of turn on everything, like you said, and he is so well balanced. But he also is so savvy in there with his feints, and he didn't fight, or bite, I should say, on any of Fulton's feints. And he set up everything so perfectly and laid so many traps. I'll tell you, I was so impressed with how he looked because of the level of opponent he was facing. That's what made it like, damn.
Mario, I thought in the first round, he controlled it, but in the first minute of round 2, Fulton had a look on his face like, this is more difficult than I thought.
When he started going in his little feints, and he just with his little shoulders, he'd feint high, feint low, come up with the up jab. The up jab was so impressive. His hands and his feet are quick, but the way he sort of sets his traps and he's able to kind of explode with quick combinations, and they all have power.
Rogan also highlights Inoue's humility and dedication outside the ring, which he believes are essential to the fighter's success.
Inoue went against the rope. Good right hand off the rope. He's fighting off the ropes now. There's not a part of his game I haven't seen. He's been everybody this fight. Good right hand to the body. Good jab. I mean, I don't. Paul Butler can't hit him with shit. Look, you see that? The footwork and the head movement. Right to that left came so fast after the right to the body. Yeah, he hurt him. Butler's down. That's it. He's knocked out. 11th round. He broke him down and knocked him out. That is amazing because he tried to open him up. He tried to counter him. He tried to give him confidence. He chased him the whole time. He found a way to pick that lock and knock him out. That's an all-time great fight.
Despite his growing fame and success, Inoue remains focused on his craft, constantly honing his skills. His discipline and grounded nature contribute to his relentless work ethic, which is evident in his performances. This level of professionalism and focus outside the ring has helped Inoue become not just a fighter, but a global superstar, drawing fans for both his fighting ability and his genuine character.
Kid from Japan, Inoue. So when you see, he got the victory over Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph, he's not a heavy puncher, good boxer, but far as, Inoue, it was a Filipino fighter, he had fought twice, Donaire. So Donaire was giving him fits in the first fight, and if I'm not mistaken, Donaire was somewhere close to 40 or 40 years old when he fought him the first time. Whereas, and he was in his 20s, so he should have knocked him out in the first fight, fighting a guy, like I said before, at that age. What I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S., random blood and urine testing. I think he's a hell of a fighter. A hell of a fighter. I won't take nothing away from him. Hell of a fighter. And I like him because I see he take a lot of my stuff from my playbook.
Looking ahead, the potential matchup between Inoue and Gervonta Tank Davis is generating significant buzz. While some believe Davis may have the size advantage, others argue that Inoue's speed, technique, and intelligence could make for a thrilling contest.
Use that to set something up to get a guy gone. He only really lets his hands go if his opponents are hurt. That's just who he is. I actually appreciate that about him. You know, it does a few things. One, it keeps him safe because it's basically a defense mechanism. If I'm not wild and loose, you can't really counter me, or I just won't slip up and do something stupid. So there's not a whole lot that I'm giving you, basically, as an opponent. Not a lot that I'm giving you. But also, it preserves energy. And he can preserve energy. I mean, the guys at that weight, you know, they're a whole lot smaller, so they can definitely preserve energy. But when you're throwing those single shots like he does, it preserves energy. So he's still fresh in the championship rounds, which is quite intelligent.
A great finisher. I think he's the best finisher in boxing. He's Joe Louis, he's Mike Tyson, he's Jack Dempsey. Three of the greatest finishers in the history of the sport. He's all.
Rogan compares this to the iconic Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight, suggesting that Inoue's battle with Davis could become just as legendary. Whether Inoue moves up in weight to challenge Davis remains to be seen, but what is certain is that Inoue's status as one of the greatest fighters in boxing today is well-deserved.